the independence of not being chained to a corporate job in a sense. I've been unfortunate. I've been laid off two different times over the past 5 years. One was due to a COVID layoff, and another was due to the company got sold. So that's always kind of stuck with me as it's time to sort of start building something, whether it starts on the side and ends up being the full-time thing that is sort of mine. And when those, if another instances will come up, God forbid we get in another pandemic or wherever, and companies start setting people off. Like I'm not sitting around waiting for the next job to come my way. I could sort of create it.
I know you said something about some of my content. Was there like a specific piece of content or something particular?
No, I think there was one thing that kind of struck me is you had commented or posted somewhere, because there's a lot of sales conversations about how people are prospecting and killing 8 to 10 hours of their day prospecting, and you made a comment like I don't, forgive me if I'm getting it wrong, but it was something to the effect of, I don't understand why salespeople work sort of that hard trying to sell something so hard to sell, kind of thing. And it was just like, it's kind of true, right? Like, even in the packaging world, like, it's a lower commodity kind of good, right? It's, everyone needs to buy it, who needs it, and they just, so it's tough. It is a grind. And I think it was one of those conversations where you were just like, I just don't understand, why would you want to work that hard when you only have so many hours on this planet to live? Why would you want to spend it all like working that hard? And that was kind of one thing that really rang true for me was, shoot, I got two young kids. I don't want to be working 60, 70 hours a week, missing time with them. Like, they're 5 and 2, going to be 6 and 3. Like, these are some of the best years that I'm going to have with them. When they're 16, they're not going to want to hang out with dad anymore. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, when I'm very ready to retire, they're gonna be like, yeah, it's all good hanging out. Like, so like those are kind of things that kind of hit true is, the independence, being a little bit more financially free with that kind of stuff. But, it was just some of that stuff where you put out there like this, you don't have to sell something that's so hard to sell, or a product that, people don't want, or kind of those things, and I think that's kind of what, like, it was like a sentence, and I just sat there and thought about it for like 20 minutes, and like, guy's kind of right. Like, everyone's grinding away, killing themselves for, when you could just find niches that are a little bit, less competitive, or maybe, a little easier or whatever. But not to say that this is an easy field to get into or learn or anything like that. But, and obviously, I think even your conversation talking to you on the phone, like, you've been doing this for 20 years. So it's not like you just rolled out of bed and like all of a sudden you work 2 hours a day and started financing equipment, right? So you grinded early in your career and just, going through some of the stuff. So I know it's not going to be like roll out of bed tomorrow and be like, oh yeah, I'm working 2 hours a day and I'm making X number of dollars. But it's just kind of being able to set myself up to do other things, to be able to do other things, to not be restricted to that typical 8 to 10 hour workday, 5 days a week. I think there's more to it than in life than just, you work till you're 65, 70 years old, and then you got like 10 years to sort of like sit there and hang out, like, it's kind of stupid if you ask me. So like, it's just, I don't know. It's not atypical, right? Everyone thinks the typical thing is you work 30, 40 years and you get 20 years to kind of do whatever you want, so that's kind of some of that stuff that I saw. The other part is, I look at it this way. My brother's a mortgage broker, and I talked to him about it too. And he's like, mortgage, it's a topsy-turvy thing, right? Especially now. But he's like, there's days where I don't work at all. There's days that I work 4 or 5 hours a day, but having complete freedom of my schedule is something he would never give up. He even went and got another job like a year ago, just because the mortgage industry was kind of, no one was buying houses, rates were going up, and he's like, I couldn't do it for like 2 or 3 weeks. He's like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't go to an office. I couldn't not have the time to go to the store, go, pick up his kids, or like, it was just like, he's like, I couldn't do it. So it's part of that too, just, I think everybody, if they could have that choice to have autonomy of their schedule and not care if it's a Monday and they have to go to work or what, I think everyone would choose that. It's just,